I'm making meatloaf today. It's one of my favorite comfort foods. And what I think makes mine taste so good is the fact that I take an onion and I pulverize it in the food processor and it gets really juicy and moist, and I put that in my meatloaf. And I think it makes it have a great like kind of oniony taste. But since the onions are so tiny and minced and pulverized, you don't taste a lot of onion, like raw onion flavor, but it just gives it a hint of onion, and it makes the meat less dense, kind of makes it fall apart. My onion is in a food processor, but it's just chopped, it's not pulverized. I mean, it has to get like where it's mush almost, okay? So that's the secret. Usually 3 times does it. And I have 1.25 pounds of Wagyu ground beef. Wagyu beef is beef that has been treated humanely. The cows are pasture raised and they're fed organic food as well, and they're actually massaged and rubbed and loved. I put my spices in. I tend to use the same spices all the time. I don't know why, but I love this garlic from Trader Joe's. It's frozen and it actually tastes really good like garlic. You can't tell the difference between this and if I chopped up garlic. Where when I've bought garlic in the jars or in the cans, I can always taste some sort of like an aftertaste of some preservative or something. Convenient, you just pop it out. So each cube is a clove. Let's do 4. My onion's in there, my garlic's in there. Now I'll put my egg in. 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's. It's my go-to. It just has a bunch of different seasonings and no salt in it. I'm not going to put a lot of salt in here because it's going to have Parmesan cheese to bind it together instead of breadcrumbs. And Parmesan cheese has quite a high salt content. Crushed red chili from Trader Joe's again. Pretty liberal with this. The Pecorino Romano and Parmesan blend from Trader Joe's. It has a lot less sodium. That's why I picked this one. And I put a lot in, say a couple handfuls. I also put oil, avocado oil, just to keep it moist. And then I mix it all together. I have my handy tins that I love to use. I spray it with olive oil spray. Again, Trader Joe's, go figure. I just mix this all up, but you don't want to overwork the meat because that's when it becomes dense. But you want to get all of the spices and all of the cheese into all the meat without overworking it. And you want to make sure that the garlic is smushed and moved around. It thaws pretty fast. A little bit of salt, not as much as I normally would because of the cheese, and some ground pepper. I will mold this into the shape of a loaf. Try to make it like a ball if I can. And then I flatten it in the pan, squeeze it this way. I'm pushing it down this way. I usually will put sugar-free ketchup in here, and I usually put bacon on the top, but I don't have any bacon, so I didn't put the sugar-free ketchup in there. I'll put that on the top. So now that I have it into a loaf shape, stick some cheese inside of there. It's really good to use string cheese because it won't like melt and ooze out all into the pan. But I think these cheese curds might work just as well. So I'm going to just shove them into the top. I want to sort of make it so every bite gets some cheese. Put some in the sides. Heinz tomato ketchup, no sugar added. I never do this. I usually put bacon, but since I don't have bacon, I'm going to do this. could also use tomato sauce, canned tomatoes that you just grind up. My husband's a big ketchup person, so he'll like this. I am not. I'll wipe off this edges because you don't want that to burn. Into the 350-degree oven for 1 hour. This is how it looks when it's finished. You can also use a variety of different meats. You can use the leftovers for cabbage rolls. Just cut them up and put them inside the cabbage. This is also good cold. It's also good as a sandwich. It's really a versatile little meal. Thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful day.